No. Hello, everyone. Good morning. We want to welcome everyone who's watching this MSIX Live Talk number 3. For those who don't know me, my name is Uriel Ramirez Torres, and I'm one of the MSIX trainers. We also have introduced
Yesenia Ocampo,
Yeah.
also an M6 trainer. We are in Chico, California today. And I know you guys are on Zoom from different places. So you want to introduce yourself, Emma?
Yes, good morning. My name is Emma Vigil. I'm a family support paraprofessional for the Migrant Education Region 2, and I'm currently in Sonoma County.
Welcome. Yeah. And then Esteban, would you like to
Yes.
introduce yourself?
Good morning. Yes, my name is Esteban, and I am actually working in Watsonville with the Parva Unified School District, Region 11. And I am working with middle schools, Lakeview Middle School and Pajaro Middle School.
Oh,
Great.
welcome.
It's nice to see you today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so talking about what's the purpose of the MSIX Live Talk, the reason why we have this MSIX Live Talk is because we bring different topics. So that way we're able to educate all the MSIX users and those who are new and those who are still current active with their MSIX account to know about these different topics. So today we're going to be talking about the topics about collaborating with school districts. So I know that we have today guest, which is Emma, who she already introduced herself. And then we want to ask her what's the first question. And the first question for Emma is, let me see, do I have it here? Do you have it?
Yeah.
Good. So Emma, can you tell us more about what is it, your role in the area or where you're working in?
Yeah, sure. So like I said, I'm a family support paraprofessional for the Migrant Education Program. So my role is more about working directly with families and students to provide resources in that community and also to help with planning of summer school programs and help tutoring the students. I work with K to 12 as grade students and parents. And that's my role.
And how many years have you been in this role, Emma?
I've been working as a family support paraprofessional for about 19 years.
Wow.
Yes, I'm almost gonna be 20 in the program. So it's been a lot of years and it's been a great experience.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we also want to ask you, Emma, can you tell us more about the experience about collaborating with your school districts, maybe like services that you gave, parents that you helped out, recruitment that you helped as well for the MEP student events, summer camps, schools, planning collaboration, or maybe you have experience in helping out in mini corps or with the MEPers.
You have a long repertoire.
Yes, that's a lot of different organizations and programs, which I've worked with a lot of them throughout the years. Mainly I work collaboratively with the district. We put programs together and I help at the school sites, like for the summer school. Also for recruiting, there's always families that we come across and we refer them to the program. I can't recruit them personally, but I help the recruiters with identifying families. There's also a lot of the programs that we do in the summer and now during the school year. We work closely with the parents to make sure that they understand the services that we offer and also help them get access to those services that we offer or that the district offers for their students. And also with the mini corps, I think with the mini corps, I haven't really worked much, closely with them. But with the MEPs, we used to work with them a lot at the school site, identifying the students' needs so we can better serve them. And I think working directly with different groups of people, different programs, it's very helpful for our students and our families because our families are very needy. And being able to identify who they are and what their needs are, I think is the key. And you can only do this working with other people, not by just by yourself. So that's some of the things I've done. Like I said, I've been with the program a lot of years as a family support paraprofessional, and that mainly the main purpose of that role is to help pretty much the parents connect with resources in the community, so they can be agencies, food banks, if they need any type of medical issues, and also, like I said, directly with the district to identify who those families are.
That's great, Emma. What tips do you have for everyone that is watching, or that's going to be watching, to collaborate with districts?
I think the main tip that I would give them is that they should have a very good communication with the district. I think that's the main thing for everything to work together, because when you have an open and good connection with the district and you're communicating with them, you are able to identify what are the needs of the families and which families are the ones who are qualified for a program. So I think for me, I would say communication. Keep always that communication with them, so you can be able to work with them directly. Otherwise, if you don't talk to them a lot and you don't communicate with them frequently, I think that's, it's like everyone is in their own world, right? And there might be a student who has a lot of needs and you don't identify it because you don't talk to district staff and personnel. And same with them, if they don't talk to other programs to see what other programs are available for those students. So to me, an open communication would be the main tip that I would give anyone.
Thank you, Emma. Yeah,
You're
I can see where it can be like a bridge, right?
Yes.
Especially for the parents, so that that they're able to receive services and more in that bridge.
Yes. So relationships, I think that was the word that I was looking for too. Building a good relationship with the district and anybody outside the district. I think MSIX is a great tool for the district to identify the needs of the students, because our students, to me, are one of the population that's very needy, and because they're constantly moving. And I think just having the district access to MSIX and being able to, see what their history is and, their previous schools and their grades, they're able to serve them better and also identify them as migrant students. And then we connect and then we work together with those families and students.
Great. Well, thank you for all
you're
of
welcome.
Your responses and the tips.
You're
and
welcome.
I identify what you say. I'm a recruiter for 7 years, and the key is communications, relationships, which build bridges.
Yes.
I think I mentioned that point in the previous MSIX live talk as well, and I went more deeper into that. So talking more about the collaboration, we have Esteban here, also in our MSIX live talk, and we want to ask you, Esteban, about also the same question we asked Emma. Can you tell us a little?
Can I ask
Yeah, go ahead.
first? I wanted to ask if you have an MSIX account.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I do have an
Yay.
and I use actually, but I have a lot of questions about it. Mostly I use it just to document services. And I do look at the information of students, where they're coming from, where they have been, like what sites they have covered. But I did notice that sometimes when the students come from outside of our region or of our site, of our school site district, it does show who has given them services. But I'm still trying to figure out how to use it to see where they have really been. It kind of shows their movement from what area to what area, but I don't have much information in terms of their schooling, where they're coming from, like grades, and that I haven't been able to figure out how to use that.
Well, you're in the right place, because you're in the right place. So we we can help you
Mhm.
look at that. The M6 has a lot of features, and so we can help you later on and show you how to see that. The M6 does have in the consolidated student record area where you can see all the past enrollments, so you are
Mhm.
able to see the specific information for where that student was,
Oh, nice.
and also
Right.
their course history. So we will be able to show you that. And so how many students do you have in your class?
I not wouldn't say in my class, but I would say at my site. I have an average of about 47 in one and 50 something in another, and of course it fluctuates.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I know last year we had a higher number, and this year the numbers have come down. Um, so yes, it's a little different each time. Sometimes we have new arrivals, and sometimes we lose some during the year. But yes, it averages out to about that more or less number.
Great.
Because I do work at the middle school, so I get to see just like Emma was saying, with all the different the families, the students. With the students, I tend to work sometimes in small groups, sometimes delivering information to the parents. We just had a parent night meeting through via Zoom to cover all the middle schools. Me and another of the colleagues that also works in middle schools, to inform parents about the grading system and how to use the synergy system that is used at our district to grade the students. So kind of like data, an example of the difference between the grading in Mexico that many of the parents are familiar with and the grading here at our district. So we kind of explain to them how to access that information to for them to be able to connect with the system that is used, which is the synergy system here in our district, so they can daily have a report of the progress report of their students.
Wow, that's
Mhm.
great. That's great.
And so just like Emma mentioned, I think resources in the community are very important. Having access to them and having those connections, and being able to influence the families to access those resources when as needed. I know that we realize how important it is to have a community where all the different agencies and organizations come together to support. Here at the Santa Cruz County with Pajaro community, our community at Pajaro had a last year during the storms, had a situation where their homes were flooded. So for them having to leave their homes and being in shelters, and some of them even having to migrate nearby. There were so much, there was an incredible need, and we realized how important it was to connect with the outside agencies outside of the school district and really come together to support our families. Um, so it's really true. We do have to develop those relationships, as I heard from Emma. They're key. One of the things that I know that it's also very important is that our region, migrant region 11 here connects with one of the local health agencies, which is goes by the name of Salud para la Gente Community Health Center, that provides lots of the medical needs for our students, vision, dental, and of course the first providers, health providers. So that has been one of our main connections. Also, I even end up knowing members of the board. In fact, now I'm even participating as a board member with the health agency because that gives me access to really connecting more directly with the agencies. And not only that, but other agencies that are in our community are really open to supporting our families, and we realize how connected we are. And the more we connect each other, the better we can serve each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's great. Well, you're a great example as well, and I'm happy you came in today in our Zoom. So what other tips would you recommend for everyone else to build those collaborations?
Well, I think it's important. I know reaching out to the parents, it's really important. In our region, we have a monthly meeting by our migrant parent Concilio de Padres Migrantes, Concilio Consejero de Padres Migrantes, which is key. And they, of course, represent at the district level our all of our schools in our district. So the parents, of course, develop the agenda, and they are informed and well informed, and advocate for families, and of course, connecting to them as educators. It's a great opportunity to really expand, the education of the children.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I do want to mention that Uriel and I have a Spanish PowerPoint to present for parents. So at any point, if you or Emma would like us to present at a parent meeting, sometimes they're district parent meetings, we have a presentation in Spanish to present. So you can just reach out to us, and I'll be emailing you guys afterwards and give you more resources if you'd like.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you for your responses. So talking more about what you guys were talking, kind of like a reminder for all who are MSIX users, and maybe for those who are new, might be new news for you about the Records Exchange Initiative. The U.S. Department of Ed came out with this Records Exchange Initiative because of, as you see in what Emma and Esteban shared today, the challenges that our migratory children face and the families face due to their lifestyle and maybe uncertain circumstances. The U.S. Department of Ed came up with its goals in order for us to promote the MSIX usage of the system, in order for us to help the students in their educational journey, for them to obtain their high school diploma. That is the main goal of the Migrant Education Program, for all students, to receive a high school diploma or high equivalency degree. And so we want to kind of go over a little bit of the goals. Yesenia, I don't know if you want to kind of cover or just to brief over the Records Exchange Initiative goals.
There's 4 goals, right? And they all benefit, of course, the families. But the first goal is to create an electronic exchange of the transfer of information of the migratory children, through the California system or data system, MSIN. We're able to transfer information into the MSIX. And then that is how we get information to help these students. Also, goal number 2, which is what we're doing today, is promoting the MSIX, the use of the MSIX, so that this valuable information is available for all these frontline educators, specifically like you guys, like Emma and Esteban, to be able to further assist students. Also, the goal 3 is to ensure the use of the consolidated student record, and that is one of the main features of the MSIX for the purposes of enrollment, placement, and accrual of credits. We mentioned a lot of examples of how we're able to do that with collaborating with the districts and enrolling the students in a promptly manner, and also looking at grades, like you mentioned, making sure that we are assisting the students in the appropriate grade and assistance. Also, to produce national data on the migrant population, and that is something that we also see, like you mentioned, that how many students you have in your district and how many you serve, and you have access to that data and be able to use it with the districts as well to identify the students. So yes, thank you today for being here today. And I don't know if we have anything else to mention.
We'll just kind of share a quick MSIX feature that I love to use that maybe some of you already know, which is my MSIX favorite feature, which is the My List. And I want to share that just because, just to promote that feature as well. I like that feature, and anyone who is a secondary user or a regional administrator can use this M6 feature. It helps me to be organized. I'm an organized person, so I like to keep my student records organized, and that's one of the reasons I love that M6 feature. So you can also use that feature for many other purposes as well, to keep track of student records by school site, maybe by programs, or by the days you serve certain students on specific days, or also maybe just out of school use, OS-wise. So it's a lot of options and a lot of ideas you could use the My List for. And also another thing too that they added recently, which is the past this year, was the sharing feature. So if I do My List, I'm able to share it to users statewide and nationwide as well. So I just thought I would share out that M6 feature. But I want to thank you both, Esteban and Emma, for joining us today. Thank you so much for your responses. And the purpose of able to share all those responses is to encourage, to promote, and remind everyone that the students that we are serving come first. And this is the whole reason why we're all doing all this. No matter where you're at, if you're a recruiter, a frontline educator, or just like us, we're helping MEP personnel how to use the M6 system. We're definitely helping the families indirectly by training all of you to know how to use the M6 system, so that way we could help out the students that might come from a different state, or maybe come from somewhere else, and that way they will not be facing those challenges that the U.S. Department of Ed has already found out, and able to defeat those challenges together.
Thank you for your time too, and for inviting us.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I actually have to exit to cover a class, but thank you so much for all this information.
Yes. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, Emma.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Yes.
Ahora sí.
Yeah, I know. No, we don't have to sweat no more.